GOMTV.net.
All right. Let's see who's going to win. Pretty evenly matched so far in the bottom right. He's good on those big maps, but is he going to be good on Antigua? He is.
Genius.
Genius. He really wants to get out now. Same with Byun, who is our other player in the upper left, who I already preemptively introed his ideas.
Byun Prime.
Oh, all right. We'll have to see, Tasteless. What are they going to open with? Will Byun get a gas?
You know, Byun normally has his like little Byun openers. He's been like that for over a year.
Yeah.
But I don't know. I don't think Reaper's going to be good on this map because there's only one spot that Reaper's going to try to come into the main generally, besides the front.
Yeah.
You know?
That's very true. Reaper not so good here, but already he's shown us that he's going for a fast expansion, so the suspense is over, Tasteless. It's a 1-Rax expand.
All right, I'll stop biting my nails. Looks like he also walls at the probe. That's going to be annoying for Genius. Genius is good at denying information, but also is good at acquiring it too. So if he can't get in there and get a glimpse of what's going on, it's going to be a little bit frustrating.
All right, so... Well, what will Genius do now? He doesn't really have a lot of intel. You know, normally, what does that mean? Well, it means 1-Rax expand. You could see that one of the gases at least wasn't taken, but 2 gases wouldn't be taken by now anyways. So Genius doesn't have a lot of intel. Of course, Byun hasn't scouted yet, just scouting now, so he doesn't have any intel either. But right now, you wouldn't really have any intel, would he?
No, not really.
There's not a lot of variation.
I mean, I suppose
too
if he
early
could go, you know, a Nexus first or something.
Yeah,
but that's probably not going to happen.
But
he could kind of deduct that as one of the options.
His quick command center is good against that anyways. So.
Yeah, that is true as well.
Well, based upon Chrono Boost, it really looks like Genius just going to go for a fast expansion. I'm sure no one's surprised about this.
No.
I was like, oh my god! I'm like, what?
Haven't you watched Genius's games?
Have you watched any Protoss? One gate expand is pretty standard, pretty normal, man.
Pretty kosher. All right, let's see if he actually gets a glimpse of the Nexus. And he... Oh, my God. Did he not actually see that? No, he did not.
Oh.
Wow, okay. That's annoying.
He's probably...
All you need to see is that Nexus make, and you already know. Oh, okay. I'm safe against everything.
Yeah, and in fact, he can't know that for sure now. But I think he's probably just going to play as if that's the case. I mean, we don't even see him making a bunker yet. So...
All right, we have an assimilator coming in over here. And he'll probably get the Robo Bay next.
Yeah. I think Robo, I mean, it's Genius, so probably going to open with Colossus once again. I wonder which type of Colossus build he wants to do, though. We've seen some really good ones from him here. You know, we've seen him hit with 2-2 timings. We've seen him just play long macro games with Colossus on this map. He's really one of the better Colossus users. You know, Colossus is so much about positioning and when exactly you can move
I was going to say, it's really about how you can maneuver the Colossi around the map. You know, I actually think this map is probably one of the better Colossi maps.
Yeah, it's a pretty good one.
There's not a whole lot of angles where they can just get, you know, Vikings in a certain spot and your Stalkers can't do anything to save the Colossi.
Yeah, there's certain things about Colossi as well that make this map good. You know, if you go for like Twilight, for instance, you're staying more on the gateway tech. You have a little bit less splash. It's a little bit... You have to basically take your bases a little bit quicker with Twilight tech. You know, if you're going, you know, charge lot base tech, you really need to take your bases quicker. So it can be a little bit harder to defend against drops and whatnot. Whereas Colossus, you're normally going to take it quite a bit slower, especially on this map, which means that you can defend against those early drops and then actually just have more units overall to defend them when you take that third and you're actually more spread out. So I like the choice for this map anyways, and by taking those 2 really quick gases there, it really makes me think that he will in fact be going for Colossus Tech. But, you know, could always tick up into one of these crazy, like, 8-gate high template things as well.
Yeah, I'm wondering what the best way to play this. And then, you know, we were talking about which race has a harder time getting the 4th base. You know, in each matchup on this map, it's actually they both have a hard time. Yeah, they certainly do. This map just gets annoying for both players when it gets to the late game, because there's obviously Protoss can abuse warp prisms and hidden pylons, and Terran can just drop medevacs or do medevac drops everywhere. So it gets to be a little bit of a battle for survival in the late game.
Yeah. Well, just completely standard from Byun so far. The observer sees everything and sees that it is in fact completely standard. The robotics bay almost done. So Byun will be going into that very quick Colossus Tech. No forges or anything like that yet. He's going to get his upgrades going for the Colossus.
All right, going to get that Thermal Lance now. Forge again is on the way, and it looks like now we're going to have the swap over here. Very, very standard stuff here for both of these guys. They're playing very safe. Nobody can kill the other one early on. Good stuff to copy if you ever want to.
Yeah. And with the 2 forges out, we see that he's not going to hit like a 2 or 3 Colossus timing.
No.
He's going to get at least 2-2 before he super commits, unless something weird happens.
It almost looks like both players are confident, saying, I think I'm better than the other one overall in late game, and that's where I'm just going to bring this, and that's where I'm going to end it.
And they're actually both very good late game. You know, it's actually there's a few different ways to be really good late game. Like really good mechanics can make you very good late game. Like as in macro, like you hit all your larva injects, or you make your probes and get your expansions at good timing and get enough gateways, stuff like that. Both these players I look at as kind of smart, intelligent players. I don't specifically think of their micro or their macro. I think of them just being smart. Nice force field.
Unlucky Marauder there.
Nice, really.
Probably thought he was going to get a little bit more. He's got to be careful. Careful.
Genius is messing up right now.
Oh, my God, that was close.
Barely gets in there.
My God, that was so close.
In fact, he could have gotten that.
Byun probably should. Once you regroup outside of Protoss's base, you're supposed to scan your army, because there's always like 100% of the time an observer over you.
Yeah. But yeah, these guys are both very intelligent players, so that's why I think they're so good at that late game. So many hard decisions to make at that point. Thermal Lance about to finish, so he's going to be able to snipe. There, almost got something. Not quite.
All right, the factory's going to go ahead and land over here at the Protoss Genius's 3rd base. And meanwhile, Byun saying, you know what? He can't leave his base right now. I will actually drop him.
Yeah.
So I'm going to go ahead and just take a 3rd base of my own and push this game out even further.
Certainly, it's a good choice. Now,
Twilight Council's going to finish like right around when the 1-1 upgrades finish.
Yeah, very well timed
that's
out.
funny. You can actually see the Chrono Boost, but not the Forges.
And Genius actually has to be careful. His pathing's terrible this game. Once again, both Colossi walked in through that area.
The lip on the outside of the base.
Lip. And, I mean, that's one way to lose games, man, is if your Colossi just go in a different direction than the rest of your army, you lose them, you can just lose the game completely.
I was going to say, that's like the worst way to lose a game is when you're like doing everything right except you just moved your army somewhere stupid.
Yes, absolutely. And it's not even your army, it's just like the pathing of the Colossus. You have to keep that in mind. And in fact, they just walked out of there again. I
don't know what he's doing.
If Byun just happens to be in a position that's unfavorable for Genius, Genius could have lost. You know, you lose those 2 Colossus right this moment while Byun's taking a 3rd base. I mean, it's a hard road back.
Well, he could drop now. It looks like Genius wants to push out here. Meanwhile, Byun going to go and hit these rocks. Genius not exactly watching over here.
He does have a few Stalkers as main. Genius is a player that normally has a bunch of Zealots in there to make sure they can't even unload. But Byun is going to go for that 3rd base with a little group and try to draw him away from that main base so he can actually do a big drop. But at this point, Genius's army is really, really good. I mean, he's got a big army. Notice how his 3rd base is not even done. He's at 150 supply with 4 Colossus. This is what I was talking about before. And in fact, this is a great drop location, but he does have plenty of units in here.
Oh, is he going to get out with everything? Wow. Gets out scot-free, kills a lot of probes. Very nice by Byun. Byun actually, overall, is playing better than Genius.
Well, you know, yeah, Byun's playing very well, but you know, Genius is defending everything just perfectly fine. He's not really losing too much. He's lost 2 probes. Like, And he's going right into his size from everything. He has enough to defend. This is why Colossus is a better opening on this map than Twilight Tech, really, in my opinion at least. And Genius is as well.
All right, we have Psystorm coming in here. And looks like our upgrade. I gotta say, Artos, like, people really aren't missing a beat. Beyond Genius's kind of sloppy Colossi movement, not much has really gone wrong here.
No.
Now he's got a good amount of Vikings coming out, so we'll see if the Stalkers are going to be in position to defend. Normally,
we did get Blink already, so that's going to help.
That's going to help tremendously. Now, also important to note, they are even in supply after that Observer was killed, and we're going to have to see a maxed out army battle. Now, remember, like we said earlier, guys, where do they get the 4th base? Well, there's no real convenient location to take.
Yeah.
You either take one that's incredibly bold, and if they get an edge on you, you lose it right away, or you're going to take one that's incredibly far out, and if you're not paying attention to drops or harassment, then you're going to lose that right away. Now, it looks like for Byun, he wants to take the one that's going to be a little bit bolder, the one in the middle. He's saying, no, you know what, I'm ahead. I dare you to engage me.
Yeah, and you know what? As long as he keeps a good concave, that's something you might be able to keep.
Yeah.
Now, Genius does have Psystorm. Charge is not quite done yet, but he has Blink as well. Oh, he's got to be so careful! And he loses one. Beautiful move by Byun. Killing even one Colossi at this point is gigantic.
Trying to go in there and snipe that sentry. Now backing up. Got to be careful in this moment because Psystorm is going to melt that entire Terran Death Ball.
That's right, but 5 ghosts are about to pop out, so Byun is going to be ready in just a moment.
Also, we got some Zealots coming in here to harass the 4th base. Can they cause a cancel, or will they just go by it and make me not look like I know what I'm talking about? They do that instead.
Yep. Zealots don't normally like you, Tasteless.
Nope. All right, now, you know what? Actually, Genius can take the high ground. He gets the high ground. That's huge.
Wow, Byun chasing those 3 Zealots with his entire army gave Genius this chance, but Genius's High Templars are a bit behind, and the Vikings are dealing huge amounts of damage.
Oh, nice dodge here on the Psystorm. He only needs to get up a few more volleys to take out the rest of the Colossi.
And a nice EMP hits, and suddenly Byun looks like he should be able to crush through this army. Beautiful EMP, just a completely clutch EMP. Those High Templars too far behind the Colossus to actually help them out. And now this army of Byun is just too good, man. That's why he's force fielding up. He's really scared right now. He could actually die at this point.
Yeah, he's going to have to control this perfectly. Now we have a few additional storms here, but note that Byun is spreading out pretty damn well. And Byun says, well, you know what? I actually can just go back and make SCVs and I'll be fine.
Heal up, you know, get your medevacs going again. He took a lot of damage there.
If I were him, I would actually heal up and drop the main. And have another little group attack that 3rd base.
Well,
looks like he's going to find the 4th, by the way. No, he doesn't. Look at the mini-map. He turned around.
Wow. What a fool. All right, so a lot more medevacs just popped out. You know, he does have double reactors starport, so that's really helpful to him right now. We do have a couple more command centers on the way as well.
All right, Protoss has kind of gathered together some more army here. Now, this Terran army is really healing up. It's almost completely healed up, actually. And here we have the Warp Prism Harass is going to come in here. He wants to send this over to the 3rd base, drop out some Zealots, and then warp in some more.
Yeah, this is actually a very nice timing on this. Going to have to draw a lot of the units away from Byun if he wants to gain that high ground once again.
And if he can draw those units away from the middle of the base, then he can attack this 4th like he's going to do right now. Nice EMPs.
Oh!
Misses the Templars, though.
Oh, gets him there, and actually he has no Psystorms left. This is terrible for Genius. Down goes his Colossus, and his whole army will for sure fall here. Byun looks like he should be able to take the game, Tasteless. This is the second time that happened.
He's just better with those engagements. By the way, Byun has to know now that actually there is just, you know, he saw the probes sent to the top location. The Vikings taken out. Not a lot here to defend.
And he's actually splitting his army right now, which can be dangerous, but he's going to snipe the Colossus. A little bit sloppy there from Genius. And this, I mean, both armies are going to do what they were sent to do. It looks like Genius is going to have to wait for the winner of the next match, man.
Yeah, it looks like Genius is going to have to go to the 3rd game here. He just needs to get that Nexus. I don't know if he's going to. Actually, it looks like, you know what? Well, actually, if you look at the supplies, that's the real story here. 111 to 172. But Genius continues to expand and is not giving up. He's a tenacious nerd, Artosis.
Yeah, he is tenacious, but look at his supply, 108 to 171. It's pretty rough.
Yeah. Well, I like the bunkers here on the high ground. And looks like he's just going to go ahead and regroup. Can you do a vision check for me? How many bases does he actually know Genius has? He doesn't know about anything except for the 3 at the bottom right, which is too bad because Byun's playing really, really well, but this is like kind of novice stuff. Just to check the other bases, the other 2 starting locations, Yeah.
Well, this is trying to figure out how Genius can win this. I guess if those bases don't get scouted for a long time, Byun's going to trade poorly, thinking that, he's far enough ahead economically.
Right, well, this is going to be a good angle to EMP. It's hard to get stuff spread out here. Nice, no sentries. Now the Templar should be coming up here. Nice! Oh my god, completely obliterates that. Lands a mule. It doesn't even matter if he doesn't scout those other bases. He knows. He says, you know what? You're dead.
Byun with phenomenal control, map awareness, always in the right place with his Vikings and Ghosts. And Genius is, for like the 3rd time this game, Tasteless, I've had to say it, he's pretty dead, man.
He's pretty dead.
He just, against a player like Byun, you cannot lose a big army even once, and he's lost it 3 times now.
Yeah, he just, it seems like Byun is more comfortable engaging. He's got great size storms. He's got the right number of Vikings. Looks like he knows about this space over here. He's going to send some Marines and Marauders down here. Not even a medevac with him. To just stim and take out that Nexus. He's going to continue to push in here. It looks like now he's going to gun down this Colossi once the Archon's killed off. Or if the Zealots underneath the medevacs then.
Yep. Well, Genius.
Wow, Byun's going to be the first to get out of this group. I'm so surprised. You can see Byun actually breathing a sigh of relief right now, saying, oh my god, I think I've basically got this. Even sitting up for a second, Genius analyzing the situation, saying, is there anything else I can do? And that's going to be a GG.
All right, wow. So happy with himself. Look at that, man. He's in round of 8. A huge deal. That means that this man is in Code S next season, even if he goes 0-3 from here.
Byun, you can see how happy he is. Wow.
He's
Such
like,
a relief.
Ha, Marine King. You're out. Last place in your group. First in mine. Byun, he's supposed to be your friend and your teammate. Why would you say something like that?
I don't know. He's a mean guy.
That's actually a terrible thing to do, man. Marine King is a good friend of yours. He supported you.
You can see the Prime coach is so happy.
Oh, yeah.
He's also laughing, saying, ha, Marine King is gone, and you are moving on.
That's right.
Yes. I really am the Ghost King.
All right.
I like it when you actually get IDs like that, where it's like one guy's, they kind of have a shared ID, Marine King and Ghost King,
Reminds me of like a
Until
team
they went back
of
to Byun.
like 10-year-olds and stuff, Or like Tasteless in StarCraft 1. King Tasteless, like King Dino.
Tasteless. Yeah, man.
All the kings.
But the funny thing is I made King Tasteless and then a bunch of other nerds just copied it. I was actually the true king. I was like Game of Thrones. I was
you were the Targaryen
Baratheon or whatever. Yeah, I had all control of all the other 7 kingdoms. And they did with Sir, too. Sir Tasteless. And then there's Sir, a bunch of other nerds. Well, guys, we're going to take a quick little break. That was a great series. Actually, I'm really happy Byun went on. And when we come back, we're going to have Naniwa up against Keen. So stay tuned.